Hello, Professor. This is part 4 of the counter lab, which is lab 8. And I'm going to start off by showing you the program in monitor mode. Here are the dedicated inputs and outputs. As you can see here, everything is false right now. I just want to show you the setup and explain a little bit before I get started on the program here. So one of the criteria was that the reset was automatic and that it automatically resets after 24 hours. That is done with this signal right here being on, and as soon as that turns on, it activates the reset signal for each counter, which resets everything. Or I added a manual reset switch in parallel to that, which will automatically force everything to reset if there's any issue. If you'd like, I added that switch, which I will show you later on in the video and its function. But first, I want to show you what I added to part 3 that's different. So I added this TON timer, which makes the program self-automated, and it produces the pulsing that I want in a matter of 2 seconds. So basically every 2 seconds there's a pulse, so it goes from false to true, so that I wouldn't have to switch the trainer switch here, switch 1 on and off, on and off. It's an automated process. I just have to leave the input switch on and it will pulse for me. So what's going to count the pulses is the counter, the CV bit right here, and as soon as it hits this preset value on the counter, it's going to complete its output signal Q. And that's going to cascade to the next counter, which will allow it to start counting these pulses. Then once this finishes, that bit is going to allow the hours counter to start pulsing and then counting the bits. And then as soon as this counter is done counting, it will light output 3, which will reset the process by itself, and then it's going to start again counting here. And then it will cascade to here. And then you'll basically, what you're going to see is first output 1 turn on, output 2, then output 3, and as soon as output 3 turns on, everything gets reset. So you're going to see me switch input 1 on the trainer. The light's going to come on after 6 pulses, then another 6 pulses comes, then it's going to light this one, and then after 24 pulses of this one, it's going to reset the whole process. So without further ado, let me get it started for you. So we're first going to switch this on, and we're going to observe what starts going on. So as you can see, this counter starts counting how many pulses it's going through right here. So we're on the 4th pulse, 5th pulse, we get to the 6th pulse, boom, it's complete. That allows this counter to then start counting. And obviously, that's what I've indicated right here. So it's counting, gets to 5, 6, boom, input signal finished. And we see this on the trainer right here. So then our hours start counting off. Once we've had 24 of those go off, this is going to take a while, but obviously this makes sense because hours themselves are a longer time duration than minutes or seconds, and that's represented here by the preset values of each counter being different. So we get up to 14, and we still only have our seconds complete, and then our minutes are complete, but we're still waiting for that 24 hours to fully tick. As soon as those have ticked by, we will get to a value of 24. And as soon as we get there, all 3 lights will shut on and then off because it's automatically resetting program due to the reset bit right here. So the reset bit, as soon as output 3 was activated, that shut off all the lights, and then the sequence is going to start again. It's an automatically repeating sequence. As you can see, it started to light up the qubits of the counter itself again. So it's a self-resetting system. And if you'd like to automatically reset it in any point of its operation, all you would have to do is manually switch this, and that will make sure that it is reset until you want to start the program again. So you flip off the input, and then can safely, can safely turn off the reset, and everything will go back to normal as it was in the beginning of the video. So this is the complete part 4 challenge. Oh, and I will be answering the question in this video for the challenge. So in part 4 questions, it says, in the cascading program that was created for this lab, what condition must be met in order for the next rung to begin counting, and why is that significant? So I kind of explained that, but basically in order for the next rung to start counting successively, so basically let's just say we start with this rung. In order for this rung to start counting, all these conditions must be met. So this must remain false. I mean, these two are what's creating the pulsing and what is allowing this to count. But in order for this signal to go through, this must always remain on. And in order for this to remain on fully, this qubit has to be complete, and that's only going to be complete after 6 pulses of this, because its preset value is 6. So in order for the signals to cascade to each other, the timer must complete counting completely, and the PV and CV must equal each other in order for this output to be on, and then allow the next timer to start counting. So the output of the previous timer must be true in order for the next successive timer to start counting. That's true for both parts 3 and 4. And the next question for part 4 was, if a counter is required to reset on its own when the preset value is met, how is this made possible when creating the program? Well, I just kind of explained that previously too. Output 3 here is the self-resetting bit. As soon as output 3 is done counting, which is indicated, as soon as counter 3 is done counting, that's indicated by the qubit lighting. So as soon as this hits 24, as soon as CV equals PV, in this case 24, output 3 is going to light, which is going to activate output 3 normally open contact in all the reset inputs for each counter, therefore deactivating each counter and resetting it to its original value. So I hope that gave you insight on my challenge question, and yeah, that is complete part 4, simulation of the trainer and questions answered. Thank you.